Maze, by the window, watches trees dance in the breeze. His chest feels tight, a stark contrast to the classroom's gentle chaos. Children's voices blend into a low hum, a sea of indistinct chatter washing over the quiet classroom. Lost in thought, Maze almost disappears into the background, his gaze fixed beyond the glass. The teacher drones on, fractions filling the air, but Maze remains distant, absorbed in his inner world. A feeling of tightness grips Maze's chest, pulling him further from the droning lecture. A tight shot on Maze's face reveals a slight wince, a subtle reaction to the palpable anxiety filling the classroom. Maze's eyes dart around, scanning the classroom, taking in the faces of her classmates. She observes the students, each a blend of conflicting emotions, a confusing mix of excitement and boredom swirling around her. The students are oblivious, lost in their own worlds, their faces betraying nothing of the undercurrents Maze senses. Maze's expression hardens, a hint of discomfort crossing her features as she tries to filter the conflicting emotions. She closes her eyes briefly, overwhelmed by the cacophony of feelings emanating from her classmates and the teacher. Pencils scratch against paper as the math lesson drones on, students lost in thought. Maze observes a girl struggling with a math problem, her brow furrowed in concentration. Frustration radiates from the girl as she chews on her pencil, staring intently. Maze feels the girl's frustration, a sharp sensation prickling under her skin. She resists the urge to intervene, to offer the easy solution. Maze knows the girl must grapple with the problem herself to truly learn. The schoolyard bursts with life as children run, their shouts echoing in the air. Amidst the joyful chaos, Maze sits alone, a solitary figure on the steps. His small frame is hunched, a silent attempt to shield himself from the overwhelming noise. The vibrant scene contrasts sharply with Maze's quiet isolation. He lowers his head, seeking refuge from the bright, bustling world around him. In the schoolyard, Maze spots a new kid, isolated by the fence, radiating a palpable aura of loneliness. A sharp pang of empathy hits Maze, a cold twist in the stomach mirroring the boy's isolation. The new kid's solitude is a heavy cloak, wrapping around him as he stands apart from the others. Maze's gaze lingers, a silent acknowledgement of the boy's quiet struggle in the bustling yard. The fence becomes a stark barrier, separating the new kid from the vibrant life of the schoolyard. In the schoolyard, Maze's hesitation hangs heavy, a visible pause before he commits to approaching the new kid. Maze rises, his movements cautious and deliberate as he closes the distance. Each step is measured, reflecting an awareness of the new kid's exposed vulnerability. The schoolyard buzz fades slightly as Maze nears, a silent acknowledgement of the other's fragile state. His approach is slow, considerate, each gesture calibrated to avoid startling the new kid. In the schoolyard, Maze gestures to the ground, an unspoken invitation hanging in the air. The new kid's eyes widen, surprised by the offer, a subtle hesitancy flickering across their face. "Do you want to sit?" Maze asks, their voice soft, breaking the silence. With a subtle nod, they settle onto the ground, curiosity and unspoken thoughts filling the space. The schoolyard buzzes with activity, a stark contrast to the solitary figure of the new kid. Maze's face, a study in empathy, reflects a dawning awareness. A subtle shift in Maze's expression hints at a growing connection. The new kid's loneliness begins to dissipate, a flicker of hope in their eyes. Maze understands the profound effect of just being there, truly present. The weight of connection settles as Maze quietly acknowledges the moment. In the classroom, Maze sits, observant as a girl beside him, fidgets, her energy a stark contrast to his stillness. "I hate reading, it's so boring," the girl proclaims, her voice a touch too loud, betraying a hint of unease. Maze subtly senses her anxiety, reading the unspoken tremor beneath her defiant words. The classroom buzzes around them, oblivious to the quiet drama unfolding between Maze and the anxious girl. Inside the classroom, Maze sits quietly, lost in his book, oblivious to the world around him. He remains still as a statue, unmoved by her words, an unreadable expression on his face. A subtle shift in the atmosphere as her initial anxiety begins to dissipate. The tension eases, replaced by an unexpected wave of tranquility. Maze continues to read, a beacon of calm in the otherwise charged classroom. In the bustling schoolyard, a group of boys mock and jeer, their laughter echoing cruelly in the bright daylight. Maze stands isolated, his small figure a stark contrast against the lively backdrop of recess, his shoulders slumped low. The sting of their taunts is palpable. a sharp, invisible arrow piercing Maze's heart. Each word hangs heavy in the air, a physical weight pressing down on Maze as the laughter continues. Maze's isolation intensifies as the boy's taunts create an invisible barrier, separating him from joy and play. In the schoolyard, Maze breaks the silence, his expression softening as he looks at the hurt boy. A small, sympathetic smile graces Maze's lips, a silent offering of understanding to the boy's pain. The air, thick with unspoken tension, begins to ease, the weight of the moment subtly lifting. The shift is palpable, a collective breath released as Maze's gesture changes the scene's atmosphere. A lone student faces the class, their resolve faltering under the weight of an intricate idea. A flush rises up the student's neck, betraying their mounting anxiety. Hands tremble, mirroring the internal struggle to find the right words. The air thickens with palpable embarrassment, a heavy burden for the student. A silent plea for help hangs in the air, unspoken but deeply felt by all. Fluorescent lights hum over neat rows, casting a sterile glow on the tense classroom. A student sits rigidly, shoulders hunched, a fortress of anxiety. Maze approaches, their face a mask of practiced calm amidst the student's turmoil. The student avoids eye contact, trapped in a silent battle with inner demons. Maze's voice cuts through the silence, a gentle offer. You don't have to explain. A fragile moment of connection hangs in the air, a potential bridge across the divide. Maze is surrounded by towering bookshelves, a sanctuary of silence and the comforting scent of aged paper. The quiet hum of the library envelops Maze, a blanket of tranquility in a chaotic world. Sunlight streams through the tall windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. A sense of peace washes over Maze, the weight of his burdens momentarily lifted. Lost in the labyrinth of literature, he finds solace in the untold stories around him. The library, a refuge, offers a momentary escape from the troubles beyond its walls. Maze watches students lost in books, soft light painting their faces with concentration. Each student's face tells a story, emotions flickering like candlelight in the quiet library. A tapestry of thoughts unfolds, revealing fleeting feelings of hope, doubt, and inspiration. The silence amplifies their inner worlds, each absorbed in their own literary universe. Maze observes, a silent witness to the power of words and the emotions they evoke. Sunlight floods the classroom, illuminating floating dust. Students display eagerness and boredom. Mr. Henderson smiles warmly, a beacon of encouragement at the classroom's front. A hush falls as all eyes turn towards Mr. Henderson, anticipation hanging in the air. Who can tell me what it means to be brave? Mr. Henderson asks, his voice gentle. A student raises their hand, a spark of courage igniting within them. The classroom buzzes with curiosity, minds racing to answer the profound question. In the bustling classroom, students shout answers, their voices blending into a vibrant chorus. Student 1 declares, not being scared, his voice ringing with youthful defiance. Student 2 adds, standing up to bullies, her tone firm with conviction. Winning, Student 3 exclaims, a spark of ambition lighting up his eyes. Maze feels the familiar pull in his chest, a subtle shift amidst the energetic classroom. In the classroom, Maze's hand shoots up, breaking the hum of the class. A hush falls, anticipation hanging heavy in the air as all eyes turn toward Maze. Every student watches him. The teacher looks at Maze. All wait. Sunlight floods the classroom, illuminating Maze as she begins to speak. Dust motes dance in the golden light, framing Maze's thoughtful expression. Maze, with a measured cadence, being brave is noticing what hurts, and not pretending you don't see it. She concludes, her eyes filled with conviction. In the classroom, the teacher's eyes widen, surprise momentarily freezing her features. A tentative smile begins to bloom, subtly softening the sharp lines of her face. The smile deepens, genuine warmth replacing her initial shock. A heartfelt change. Her face radiates a newfound joy, erasing any lingering anxiety or doubt. The classroom atmosphere shifts, now infused with the teacher's genuine emotion. Sunlight streams into the classroom, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air as Maze sits silently by the window. Lost in thought, Maze's gaze is fixed on the swaying trees outside. Her expression, unreadable. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves, creating a soothing melody that fills the quiet classroom. The serene atmosphere envelops the room, fostering a sense of calm and understanding. Time seems to slow as Maze continues to watch the trees, finding solace in the simple beauty of nature. Sunlight bathes the quiet classroom as Maze sits still, an island of calm in the gentle hum. He closes his eyes briefly, a wave of understanding washing over his face. A moment of quiet clarity dawns within him. Being quiet doesn't mean I'm empty, Maze reflects. It means I'm listening. Maze walks through the schoolyard, his steps lighter than before. He no longer feels invisible amidst the bustling students. A newfound sense of purpose radiates from his eyes, clear and focused. He understands his role, to listen with his heart and make space for others. He walks with a gentle smile, ready to embrace his new path. The cafeteria is a hive of activity, buzzing with voices, laughter, and the clatter of trays. Maze moves through the crowded room, his expression a mask of intense concentration. He navigates the maze of tables and students, his senses on high alert. A palpable mix of emotions hangs in the air: joy, anxiety, anticipation, and longing. Maze absorbs the feelings around him, a silent observer in the bustling scene. Each face tells a story, each interaction a fleeting moment in the chaotic ballet of the cafeteria. In the bustling cafeteria, a solitary student sits alone, shoulders slumped, radiating profound dejection and despair. Amidst the lively chatter, Maze notices the student's isolation, his expression softening with empathy and concern. Maze approaches the student's table, his footsteps measured and deliberate, a silent offer of companionship. With a quiet grace, Maze pulls out a chair, the scraping sound momentarily cutting through the cafeteria's noise. Maze settles beside the student, his presence a subtle reassurance in the crowded space, an invitation to connect. In the bustling cafeteria, an island of silence forms around them. Unspoken words linger, heavy in the air. Maze's quiet presence begins to soothe the student's deep loneliness. A small, almost imperceptible connection sparks between them. In the quiet, a fragile bridge is carefully built. A glimmer of hope appears amidst the loneliness. The art room buzzes with creative energy, students lost in their colorful worlds of paint and clay. Maze observes a student across the room, their struggle palpable in the tense set of their shoulders. Canvases burst with vibrant hues, a symphony of color reflecting the artist's inner worlds. The student's brow is furrowed in concentration, frustration radiating from them like heat waves. The air hangs thick with the scent of paint, a heady aroma that fuels the creative fire. Maze watches intently, a silent observer of the student's artistic battle. Sunlight floods the vibrant art room, illuminating the swirling dust motes and a symphony of colors on the canvases. Maze stands thoughtfully by the easel, his silhouette framed by the light, observing the painting in progress. He gestures subtly, his expression gentle, his voice barely a whisper in the sunlit room. Perhaps try a cooler tone there? Maze suggests, his words hanging in the air. It might bring out the warmth. In the foreground, Maze finishes, his eyes reflecting the interplay of light and shadow on the canvas. In the art room, a breakthrough dawns as the student follows Maze's guiding inspiration. A wide, genuine smile blossoms across the student's face, illuminating their features with newfound joy. The student's eyes sparkle with elation, reflecting the transformative power of Maze's guidance. "Thank you," the student exclaims, their voice filled with gratitude for the artistic revelation. A triumphant declaration echoes in the art room. It worked! The student's art now pulses with newfound life, a testament to the moment of artistic awakening. The music room buzzes, a symphony of youthful ambition and raw talent filling the air. Maze stands by the doorway, eyes closed, a serene expression gracing her features. She lets the vibrant music wash over her, feeling the emotions woven into each note. A subtle smile touches Maze's lips, a silent acknowledgement of the music's power. The room pulses with life, a testament to the universal language of music and feeling. In the music room, a student battles a grand piano, brow furrowed, their concentration intense. Fingers stumble, the melody falters, each missed note a testament to the mounting pressure. From the doorway, the observer notes the visible tension, a silent witness to the struggle. Sweat beads on the student's forehead, anxiety manifesting as a tangible barrier. The difficult piece becomes a torment, each bar amplifying their distress. Afternoon light bathes the music room as Maze stands beside a nervous student at the grand piano. Sheet music sits untouched. Maze urges softly, "Forget the notes for a moment. Close your eyes. Feel the music. What does it tell you? What does it make you feel? Maze asks, her expression intense. Maze concludes. That's what matters. The rest is just mechanics. Her words echoing in the silent room. The gymnasium echoes with the squeak of sneakers as a basketball game unfolds, a symphony of exertion and excitement. Amidst the energetic chaos, Maze stands on the sidelines, her keen gaze methodically scanning the court. Her expression is thoughtful, absorbing the competitive energy and palpable thrill radiating from the players. Each dribble and pass fuels her focus, as she analyzes every move with intent. Inside the gymnasium, a lone student dribbles, their movements stiff against the polished court. The ball slips, a clumsy fumble in a sea of fluid, athletic grace. Overlooked, the student's call for the ball fades into the echoing gymnasium. Each missed pass, a subtle sting of disappointment etched on their face. They stand apart, a silent figure on the bustling basketball court. The gymnasium echoes with the squeak of sneakers as Maze gathers her team, her earnest expression commanding attention. A hush descends as Maze speaks, her words carefully chosen to unite and inspire. Maze subtly gestures towards a lone figure, isolated on the sidelines, a silent invitation extended. Let's make sure everyone feels like part of the team, Maze urges, her voice resonating with conviction. Teamwork means including everyone, even those we might overlook, she declares, emphasizing unity. The computer lab buzzes. Rows of students bathed in bright light. Keyboards click and processors hum, creating a symphony of digital effort. Maze observes a student across the room, lost in lines of code. Frustration radiates from the student, brow furrowed in concentration. A coding problem holds the student captive, a visible struggle unfolding. The student stares intently, a battle of will against the unyielding code. In the computer lab, Maze leans in, his expression serious as he points to the student's glowing screen. Maze calmly guides the student, ensuring the complex logic of the code is fully understood. Try looking at this section, Maze suggests, his finger hovering over a critical loop. What happens if you adjust the loop condition slightly? He asks, prompting deeper analysis. The student peers intently at the code, absorbing Maze's direction. In the hum of the computer lab, a student hunches, brow furrowed, battling lines of code on the glowing screen. Fingers dance across the keyboard, a whirlwind of keystrokes fueling the digital storm. The code scrolls, a mesmerizing cascade of symbols under intense scrutiny. A beat of silence as the student leans back, the tension momentarily broken. A slow smile spreads, a quiet dawn of triumph after the coding battle. A cacophony of sounds fills the school hallway as students rush. Laughter and chatter bounce off the lockers. Maze navigates the crowded hallway with a subtle smile, a quiet observer amidst the vibrant chaos. He absorbs the diverse emotions swirling around him. Anticipation, worry, apathy. Each student carries a story, a silent narrative unfolding in the crowded corridor. The air buzzes with youthful energy, a symphony of unspoken dreams and anxieties. Maze continues his journey, a solitary figure in a sea of faces, each lost in their own world. In a school hallway, a student is cornered against the lockers, their eyes wide with terror. Towering figures of older students loom, casting long shadows that amplify the victim's fear. The air thickens with palpable tension, each breath held in anticipation of cruelty. Humiliation hangs heavy, a suffocating cloud threatening to engulf the trapped student. In the school hallway, Maze enters, radiating calm and confidence instead of aggression, a stark contrast to the tension. Her presence immediately shifts the atmosphere, drawing attention with a palpable sense of control and quiet strength. The hallway buzz diminishes as eyes turn to Maze, her calm demeanor diffusing the charged situation. Her assertive presence is a beacon, promising resolution and a return to order in the chaotic school hallway. Sunlight fills the principal's office. Maze sits calmly, facing a stern-looking principal. Maze recounts the events, his gestures subtle yet expressive. It wasn't about being a hero, Maze explains, his voice steady and sincere. It was about seeing someone in pain and trying to understand why. Maze continues. Maze leans forward, emphasizing his point with a thoughtful expression. Empathy is more powerful than any rule, Maze declares, his words resonating. In the principal's office, the atmosphere is filled with a sense of ease. The principal leans back, his expression radiating genuine warmth and approval. His eyes reflect admiration for Maze's maturity. The principal is impressed by Maze's dedication. A comfortable silence fills the room. A moment of shared understanding. In the schoolyard, Maze walks, alone and pensive, the school bells echo fading into the afternoon. Maze is lost in thought as the weight of the day's events hang heavily in the air. With each step, the world around Maze blurs, thoughts swirling like leaves in an autumn breeze. A quiet moment of reflection washes over Maze, bringing a sense of purpose and a deep fulfillment. Maze continues the walk home, carrying the day's lessons and a newfound sense of direction. In the vibrant park, Maze sits on a bench, watching people revel in the sunshine. His gaze drifts, drawn to a couple locked in a fierce, silent battle. Their faces burn with resentment, a palpable tension hanging in the air. The scene contrasts sharply with the carefree joy surrounding them. Maze observes, a silent witness to the unspoken drama unfolding before him. In the park, his fists clench, a silent storm gathering within him. He fights the urge to intervene, his eyes reflecting a fierce internal battle. Understanding dawns, heavy and resolute, as he restrains himself. A painful acceptance settles. They must face their turmoil alone. His shoulders slump slightly, burdened by the weight of his decision. Amidst the vibrant chaos of the park, a lone figure stands, his silhouette stark against the joyous backdrop. His gaze is distant, fixed on a conflict unfolding far across the green expanse. A silent wish forms in his mind, a beacon of hope sent towards the struggling souls. He yearns for understanding to bloom, a resolution to mend the fractured bonds. His solitary figure embodies a quiet empathy, a peaceful counterpoint to the distant discord. Dim light casts long shadows across Maze's bedroom as he lies awake, lost in thought. A thoughtful expression crosses Maze's face, a mix of curiosity and concern swirling in his eyes. His gaze is fixed on the ceiling, contemplating the mysteries that lie beyond his understanding. Where does it come from, this empathy? And what am I supposed to do with it? Maze wonders aloud. In his room, Maze stares at his hands, flexing them as if testing newfound strength. A slow smile creeps across Maze's face. Understanding dawns, lighting up his eyes. Maze declares, "My empathy. It's not a curse. It's a gift, a tool." With newfound resolve, Maze vows, "I can use it to make the world a better place." A new student hesitantly steps into the bustling classroom, their eyes wide with apprehension and searching for connection. Their shoulders tense as they navigate through rows of unfamiliar faces, a palpable aura of nervousness surrounding them. The hum of chatter fades slightly as all eyes turn to the newcomer, intensifying their sense of vulnerability. A deep breath steels their resolve as they begin the daunting task of finding their place in the unknown. In the bustling classroom, Maze spots the new student. A warm, friendly smile spreads across Maze's face. Maze begins to approach the newcomer, a hopeful gleam in Maze's eyes. Sunlight floods the classroom, illuminating rows of neatly arranged desks. The new student, once tense, now leans back, a subtle smile gracing their lips. A barely perceptible nod acknowledges a classmate's words. Tension melts away as they begin to relax, eyes softening. They are finally becoming part of the group, fitting seamlessly into the classroom. Sunlight floods the library as Maze smiles warmly at Sarah, who seems lost amidst towering bookshelves. Maze observes Sarah, sensing her quest. "Looking for something in particular, Sarah?" Sarah admits, "I'm not sure, really. I just want a good read." Intrigued, Maze offers, I have an idea. Follow me." Maze guides Sarah through the maze, stopping at a secluded shelf. "I think you'll find this interesting." Maze presents a worn book. A hopeful Sarah accepts it, whispering, "Thank you." Amidst the cafeteria's chaos, Maze sits, observing a group of students marked by exclusion. Each face tells a story of being on the outside, voices hushed with shared grievances. Maze listens intently, his gaze meeting theirs, absorbing every word with focused attention. His thoughtful expression reflects a deep consideration for their shared plight. Sunlight floods the art room, illuminating a world of easels and vibrant paint. Maze kneels, offering guidance to a student overwhelmed by frustration. Maze, "Don't get discouraged. Art isn't about perfection, it's about expression. Remember that charcoal sketch? That's your unique talent shining through." Maze encourages. Sunlight floods the music room as Maze sits beside a nervous student, sheet music trembling in their hands. Maze offers a reassuring touch. Remember why you love music? She says, her voice calm and supportive. The student's pale face reflects their anxiety. But what if I mess up? They ask, voice barely audible. Everyone makes mistakes, Maze replies, her eyes full of warmth. It's how you recover that matters. Focus on the music, on the feeling, and let that guide you. Maze advises, her words a gentle encouragement. The gymnasium resonates with the sounds of practice as Maze kneels, offering guidance with a warm, supportive smile. The young students' shoulders slump, a visual echo of their struggle. Remember how you struggled? Maze says, her voice a gentle encouragement. Look at you now, nailing it almost every time. Maze's encouraging eyes meet the students. You've got the potential, just keep pushing, she says, her words filled with conviction. Under harsh fluorescent lights, Maze, a patient instructor, watches Anna, who is on the verge of tears. Maze tries to comfort Anna. Okay, Anna, let's take a deep breath. Anna, overwhelmed, whispers, I don't even know where to start. Maze gently guides. Let's just focus on opening the software. Anna points hesitantly. Is it this one? Maze smiles. That's it! See? You're already making progress, one step at a time. The hallway buzzes with life as students rush past rows of lockers, a chaotic symphony of youth and hurried steps. Amidst the throng, Maze's determined gaze cuts through the noise, a silent promise of intervention. Maze steps between the two towering figures and their intimidated target, a small act of defiance. Her voice rings out with unexpected authority. Hey, back off! A challenge thrown into the crowded space. Sunlight floods the bustling classroom, illuminating dust motes and eager faces. Maze, a young teacher, stands at the head, her warm smile inviting discussion. So, who wants to share their thoughts? Maze asks, her eyes sparkling. Students lean forward, ready to share, the classroom buzzing with anticipation. The auditorium buzzes with anticipation as students, teachers, and proud parents fill the seats for the assembly. Banners of school spirit flutter from the rafters, casting vibrant shadows across the expectant crowd. On stage, Maze, a kind-faced young man, fidgets slightly as the principal begins to speak. The principal beams, her warm smile directed at Maze as she highlights his remarkable achievements. Maze is recognized for his empathy and leadership. Booms the narration, filling the hall with praise. Maze's nervous demeanor softens, replaced by a humble gratitude as he accepts the award. The schoolyard buzzes as Maze walks with his friends, their laughter echoing in the afternoon air. A sense of belonging radiates from Maze as he walks, his steps light and carefree. Backpacks swing as they stroll, a group of friends enjoying the camaraderie after school. Sunlight bathes the scene, highlighting the youthful energy and easy connection between them. The schoolyard fades behind them as they head towards home, united by shared moments. Soft moonlight paints Maze's room in stark shadows, highlighting the turmoil etched on his face. Lost in thought, Maze sits on the edge of his bed, the night silent, but for the echoes in his mind. Memories flicker across his eyes, a montage of moments shaping his understanding. A dawning realization breaks through his contemplation. A subtle shift in his demeanor. He sees the quiet strength within himself, the profound impact he's unknowingly made on others. In the classroom, students are at their desks, some listening intently, others lost in thought. Maze, a compassionate teacher, observes his students, a subtle concern etched on his face. His gaze lingers on a student, whose laughter masks a hidden sadness in their eyes. Maze's brow furrows slightly, a silent acknowledgement of the student's inner turmoil. In the classroom, Maze approaches a student, their expressions softening with warmth and empathy. Maze positions themselves to offer a listening ear, creating a confidential space. The classroom fades slightly as attention focuses on the intimate exchange. A sense of trust and privacy envelops Maze and the student. Sunlight floods the classroom, illuminating dust and a lone student consumed by worry. Maze, a pillar of quiet strength, sits beside the student, offering silent support. The air hangs heavy with unspoken anxieties, a palpable tension filling the room. The student's voice cracks with despair. I don't know what to do anymore. The student continues. Everything feels like it's crashing down. Maze's steady gaze meets theirs, offering solace. Tell me what's happening. I'm here. In the classroom, Maze listens intently, her soft expression radiating empathy. She offers words of comfort. creating a haven of understanding for the student. Maze's gentle presence helps the student feel seen and validated. A safe space blooms around them, nurtured by Maze's unwavering support. Sunlight streams into the classroom as Maze regards the student, her face a mask of concern and understanding. Maze leans forward, her voice soft yet resolute. I think it would be really helpful for you to talk to someone. I know it can be tough, but there are resources available to help you, she adds, her eyes filled with genuine empathy. Maze gently pushes forward some papers. I've got some information here. I'm here if you want to talk more about it. Sunlight bathes the bustling classroom, illuminating rows of desks and eager faces. At one desk, a student sits with a faint smile, radiating a newfound serenity. An open notebook reveals pages filled with notes, a testament to diligent study. Encouraging words adorn the margins, a beacon of hope in the academic sea. A sense of calm washes over the student, a gentle tide erasing past anxieties. The classroom transforms into a sanctuary, a haven of peace and possibility. Sunlight floods the classroom, illuminating floating dust as Maze sits among his classmates, thoughtful and supportive. Maze listens intently as a student shares, his gentle nods fostering a sense of empathy and understanding. A safe environment blossoms around Maze, his presence a beacon of support for those in need. His eyes reflect genuine care, creating a space where vulnerability is met with unwavering acceptance. The classroom transforms into a sanctuary, guided by Maze's quiet strength and compassionate heart. In the bustling schoolyard, Maze's commanding presence draws eyes, her passion igniting the crowd's attention. Her voice rings out, filled with fiery conviction, cutting through the ambient noise of the schoolyard. With sweeping gestures, she paints a vision of unity, urging students to step into roles of support. A hush falls as her words sink in, the seeds of empathy taking root in the hearts of her listeners. A ripple of change spreads through the schoolyard, transforming the atmosphere with burgeoning compassion. Faces soften, eyes light up with newfound understanding, a testament to Maze's powerful message. Sunlight bathes the school in a warm glow, illuminating hallways adorned with vibrant murals and uplifting messages. Laughter echoes through the halls as students chat, their faces radiating ease and belonging in this safe haven. At the help desk, counselors offer guidance, their friendly faces a beacon of support and understanding. The school pulses with positivity, a sanctuary where students express themselves without fear. Bathed in golden sunlight, the town radiates a newfound warmth, its buildings gleaming with fresh hope. A palpable sense of camaraderie fills the air, reflecting the school's positive influence on the community. Smiles are freely exchanged, and acts of kindness ripple through the streets, binding the town together. Empathy and compassion flourish, transforming the town into a haven of mutual support and understanding. Across the globe, Maze's message of empathy resonates, a beacon of hope in a world yearning for understanding. Her words spark a global movement, inspiring diverse communities to bridge divides and embrace peaceful dialogue. A tapestry of cultures unites, as people from every corner of the earth begin to listen, truly listen, to each other. Harmony blossoms where discord once reigned, a testament to the transformative power of empathy and compassion worldwide.